They said he was just a rapper with a tank and a dream. But Master P didn't just want a seat at the table. He bought the table, flipped it, then sold it to Walmart. He didn't ask for validation, he went straight for ownership. This is how Percy Miller turned $10,000 into a $400 million empire and made the record labels look like amateurs. Welcome back to Boss Moves. This is Mansa Musa Mode, street smarts applied to empire building. From the projects to the playbook. Born in 1970 in the notorious Calliope projects of New Orleans, Percy Miller didn't come from wealth. He came from struggle, sirens, and a survival mentality. But inside that chaos was a relentless work ethic and vision. When his grandfather passed away, Percy inherited a $10,000 life insurance check. Most people would have spent that on liabilities, rims, chains, or flexing. Not P, he moved to Richmond, California, and used that check to open No Limit Records, a small independent record store in a strip mall. But that store, that was his Harvard Business School. Every day he watched what moved and what sat on shelves. He saw how distributors made money while artists went broke. He realized, if I can be the store, the label, and the artist, I don't split the check. Ownership became his obsession. He didn't just want to rap, he wanted to run the boardroom. That strip mall shop gave him more than income. It gave him data, insight, and leverage. He saw trends before they popped. He learned the psychology of buyers, the pricing models of indie labels, and how much profit labels were making off the backs of broke rappers. This wasn't hustling. This was early-stage vertical integration. The greatest record deal in hip-hop history. By the mid-90s, No Limit Records was making noise in the streets. But P didn't chase a record deal like most hungry rappers. He studied contracts, he understood leverage, and he waited until he had the upper hand. In 1996, after moving product independently and building street buzz, he sat down with Priority Records. But he didn't come in begging. He came in with numbers, with leverage, with a plan. Instead of signing a traditional artist deal, he negotiated a historic distribution deal. He kept 100% ownership of his masters. Priority got a 15% distribution cut. No Limit took home 85% of every sale. That's unheard of. That's like owning your restaurant, your ingredients, your recipes, and letting someone else just deliver the food for a small fee. Wasn't in it for clout. He was in it for margin. And the results? Legendary. From 1997 to 1999, No Limit released over 23 albums, nearly one every 2 weeks. Snoop Dogg joined the label, Mia X, Silk the Shocker, Mystical, and the album covers, all blinged out, cartoon tanks and fire graphics, a marketing machine that burned itself into hip-hop culture. He sold over 75 million records. Not because he rapped better, but because he outthought the entire industry. This was chess, not checkers. And while labels were taking 80% from artists, P was building a model where he ate off every CD, every t-shirt, every concert. He reinvested his profits into content and consistency. That 2-year run flooded the market and dominated the charts because it wasn't just music, it was distribution warfare. Branding, business, and billionaire moves. The real flex wasn't the music, it was what came after. While rappers were chasing labels and club nights, Master P was thinking, how do I turn fans into customers? How do I own everything? So he went beyond the booth. He dropped movies, low budget, direct to VHS classics like I'm 'Bout It and Hot Boys. They were gritty, homemade, and made millions. He launched P Miller clothing, No Limit sneakers, and even No Limit toys. He created rap snacks and later expanded into breakfast with Uncle P's pancakes and rice. He signed athletes to his agency, including future NBA stars. He helped turn his son, Lil Romeo, into a multi-million-dollar teen brand. Music, Nickelodeon shows, endorsements. He was playing chess while others were stuck on bars. He wasn't chasing the spotlight. He was chasing distribution channels. Everything he touched fed into the next venture. That's called vertical integration, and it's how you build dynasties, not just moments. Even when he failed, like his short NBA career, he learned. Because every loss taught him how to pivot and own the next lane. He created an ecosystem. A kid could wear P sneakers, eat his snacks, watch his movie, listen to his label, and play with his action figures, all in one day. That's not branding. That's total product lifestyle domination. He made No Limit a brand experience, not just a music label. Mansa Musa Mode, the mindset that built it all. Let's break this down. Master P didn't just become rich, he became unskippable. He said, "Don't just be the talent, be the boss." And that mindset, that's Mansa Musa Mode. It's not about trending. It's about building infrastructure. Don't chase labels. Build distribution. Don't chase streams. Sell ownership. Don't chase attention. Create systems that print money while you sleep. He saw early that the real power wasn't being the artist. It was being the one who owns the artist's masters. That's why while other rappers were beefing on radio, P was buying gas stations, investing in tech, flipping properties. He never let the internet hype define his wealth. He let assets do that. And when the music slowed down, he didn't fall off. He expanded. In 2020, he tried to buy Reebok. In 2021, he launched a superfood cereal. In 2022, he kept pushing Black ownership in food, fashion, and film. He once said, "I went from the projects to Forbes without ever losing my soul." That's game you don't get in business school. That street hustle upgraded to Wall Street thinking. He had one goal: independence. Not just from labels, but from dependency itself. He wanted his family free, his culture free, and he believed ownership was the only route. Mansa Musa Mode is not a slogan. It's a blueprint for generational power. Legacy and the quiet billionaire play. Here's the part most people miss. Master P didn't want to be famous forever. He wanted to be free forever. The music was just the bait. The real game was ownership and exit. That's why today, you don't see P all over TikTok. You see his brands on shelves, you see his kids winning, you see his blueprint being copied by the next wave of moguls. Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Nipsey Hussle, Rick Ross. They all studied P because he showed the path. From $10,000 to $400 million, without a major label's leash, without selling his masters, without ever waiting on a check to chase his dreams. And you, if you're watching this, wondering if it's possible, just know, the game is wide open. All it takes is mindset, moves, and the patience to build quiet empires. While others build noise, he built value. And real value doesn't beg for attention. It collects royalty checks. P didn't just master rap. He mastered risk, reinvestment, and retirement planning. His legacy is a masterclass in modern Black capitalism. Master P didn't just sell music. He sold a philosophy. Ownership over exposure, strategy over stardom, and legacy over likes. If you're an artist, entrepreneur, or creative mind trying to flip your struggle into strategy, this is your blueprint. Drop a money bag emoji in the comments if you're ready to build your empire. Hit that like button if this gave you value. And don't forget to subscribe, Mansa Musa Mode, YouTube channel. And also, check out and subscribe to our other channel, Mansa Musa Mindset, for daily motivation and mindset hacks to keep you sharp. Because Boss Moves Volume 3 is coming up. Next stop, we're heading to Southside, Queens, to break down how Curtis 50 Cent Jackson turned beef into billions. So stay tuned. This is Mansa Musa Mode. Street smarts leveled up.